Yo, 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 what's up there, YouTube fam? Yeah, I should be sleeping, but that's how I am. I'm more of a night person, and yeah, I'm just energized, and I've been wanting to get you guys some content. I had hoped by now we'd have another mountain road trip, hopefully on a more sunnier day, but car problems. Yeah, between weather and now more car problems. So just before I started this channel, or about the same time, um, I had just got rid of my pickup truck, which was not fuel efficient, and sold that, and basically almost instantly bought a 2001 Saturn SW wagon, which for my goal of this road trip and seeing my grandkids and doing the work that I do now, gig delivery, having that more economic car and a car that I could stretch out in and not have to, pay for motel rooms, um, and do this trip. So I got that, and it's a clean car rust wise. It's in great shape. Mileage, in my opinion, very low. 116,000 when I got it. It was like 8 weeks ago. Um, I've already put over 4,000 miles on it. I have replaced the two front struts. One had an issue. I replaced both. Made sense that I should do that. That was tough to do. I'm coming out of an economic slump, really, uh, and working for somebody else, which is never as beneficial as working for yourself. And so, anyway, end of the day, there's no money saved to do this. I just got to make it happen, right? And if you've known my life, some of you have followed me through, raising my three kids and crossing the country a couple of times and living on a sailboat, riding out hurricanes. I mean, I wasn't supposed to do any of it. And the only thing I can say as to how I was able to is because, well, that's what I'm doing. Um, you make a decision, you stand on it, and you trust your gut. And so, more issues with the car. Still no money saved. I have to drive the car to make money. And, I've been maintaining the day to day bills that I have, which luckily are very low, but it's still been squeezing out a thin dime. And now I need a CV joint and a tie rod. And I will need a starter very soon. I don't know how long. Twice has not worked, and so all the indications are is that it's getting ready to go. So I leave it running at gas pumps. I leave it running when I'm doing my deliveries, so that I'm never in a position that I can't get it started. Um, Especially, I've been kind of not taking food deliveries in case there is an issue, or if I just have a package, the worst case is that it's going to get to you later than anybody planned, and that's sad, but it's better than having a carload of food and that can't be returned. So I would have to do the right thing, and I'm sure that if I read the contract close enough, I would be responsible to replace that food. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to put someone else. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Um, so anyway, I did get AAA. That is active now. I've got it 8 days ago. So I have that security. Limping the car along, I need a couple more days of work to pay off the remaining one or two bills that I cover, and then I'll be good till the next bill cycle. I have a couple weeks of, I can breathe and not put out money. 2, 3 weeks. I can do that. So yeah, we're limping along, and I'm able to do the work myself. So next couple of days, I'm going to do that CV axle and tie rod. That's a minimum to keep the car going, and then I have some indicators that I may also need wheel bearing in the back, but that can't be confirmed. It may have just been the CV noise. All of this is stuff that I hear and have checked out, and it doesn't really seem that bad. The CV joint does seem bad, and I know that that's going to need to be replaced any day. It's not making the crazy clack-a-lacking noise, but there is the beginning of that noise very slightly certain times, and I did an inspection, and unfortunately, when I put the strut in, the upper side of the axle is what has the play, and that indicates it needed to be replaced anyway. But I also ripped the boot on the other end, so that has just a little bit, but it has flung a lot, if not most of the grease out of it. Um, the joint is still tight and not making noise, but it's kind of irrelevant. It needs to be replaced. I don't think it's anything that's going to break instantly under gentle driving. And so I'm continuing to ride with that to try to limp through and raise that money, have that together, I think, in a couple more days. And then I just got to keep going. So Roadtrip 2025 may be delayed. My intended start date is June 1st. Now, I had thought about maybe just not fixing all these things. My opinion is that somebody probably sold the car at the point where they didn't want to have to do maintenance. Not that anything was wrong with it. These things you really, again, the CV joint is just starting to go. It wasn't starting to go when I got the car. It was inspected, and I'm happy with that deal. I don't feel that anything shady was going on. But I think that this is so it'll be my bad to put money into the car probably continually, and I'll want to do a bunch of stuff before I embark on this road trip that circles the US but zigzags. I mean, I estimated between here and Marathon, Florida, about a 1,300 mile ride. I'm going to put in about 3,000 miles with the people that I want to see along the way to that point. Um, so an immense amount of miles have to go on that car. Engine, transmission, beautiful. Doesn't use any oil. Gas mileage was great. I only run super unleaded, and I use mystery oil about every third tank full in my gas. I just changed the oil. Now, I don't know what it had in it before, but I was getting roughly 27, almost 28 miles to the gallon doing what I'm doing. I changed the oil, used synthetic, and added mystery oil like I like to do and I encourage people to do to all vehicles. I checked 31.6 miles to the gallon. The open highway portions of the drive, I'll probably expect 34. That's gold to me. That's awesome. I can lay down in the car. So it does everything I need. It's clean, not an eyesore, not rusty. Engine, transmission, solid. Common problem with the Saturns is they have weak rings, and many of them smoke and use oil. Continue to run, but smoke, use oil. This doesn't use any oil, doesn't smoke, and I believe that using the synthetic and especially the mystery oil, I've given those rings every chance to not do that. Um, so anyway, that's the situation with all this going on. Um, Certainly, I don't need any big help, but I'm going to put some links below that you can help. If you shop at Amazon, I'm an affiliate. That's only pennies, but it will help. And if you're in a position where you feel like you want to do something charitable, from a guy that will try to bring you some great content and always tell you exactly how I see it. This is the other key thing I want to mention. I have not had any credit checking account or even really worked for too many people on the books for 16 years. So the options for me getting another vehicle on a loan, I don't want to pay the prices, first of all. I don't need any more than what I have now. It suits me fine. I don't chase shiny trinkets. Um, but yeah, I've worked mostly self employed, haven't held a checking account. I mean, for 16 years to get by in this world, but that's getting harder and harder to do. So I'll be opening up a checking account in the next few days. I use online accounts, but there's nothing like a good old checking account if you want to try to build some credit. So even though I'm opposed to the banking system, to reach my goals, it only makes sense to, uh, get a checking account, maybe apply for a small credit card so I have it in an emergency. But anyway, in the meantime, there's an update. There'll be some links below. If you want to contribute and it's not going to hinder the things you need to take care of, there'll be a PayPal and a Venmo link down there. It'll certainly go to good use, but don't feel like there's an emergency. We're coming into some really tough times, guys, and I don't want anybody to risk anything to do with their family to help me out. I'm fully capable. Always could use a little help because, again, a guy that lives with no checking account, works all the time. I basically give away any extra that I have in my life. I live by the belief that if we all do a little, we'll all do a little better. And although I'm willing to bend my ways as far as getting a checking account and maybe a small credit card, I'm not going to bend on that. I'm going to do a little so that maybe we can all do a little better. Because if we don't do something, it's going to get a lot worse. Anyway, much love, many thanks. Roadtrip 2025. Still want to make that June 1st date, but we'll have to see what the universe says about that. See you in the next video, guys. Like, subscribe, and as soon as I can get these details worked out, look forward to some awesome content. I'll see you all soon.